students from Edison, Washington Liberty, Washington International meet today on It's Academic. Hello everybody, I'm Hillary Howard. Welcome to It's Academic, the world's longest running TV quiz show produced by Altman Productions in association with David M. Rubenstein Productions.
Support for It's Academic has been provided by the following. MITRE, a not-for-profit research and development company working in the public interest.
What happens when the right people connect? Diversity challenges convention. Mentors inspire greatness. And passions drive innovation. From health to transportation and national security, cyber and AI, to space and back, MITRE connects the power of government, academia, and industry to meet our nation's challenges. Together, MITRE connects.
Hey, we're so glad you're with us as we begin with a fast start. In this round, of course, questions are worth 10 points up or down. First team to buzz in gets to answer. The students don't see what you do on the screens at home. Let's begin. Beginning with D. All answers in this round will begin with the letter D. That is D as in dog. This time of day appears in the first line of the Star-Spangled Banner. Edison.
Dawn?
Yes. This is the collective name for prehistoric reptiles like the Stegosaurus. Liberty.
Dinosaur?
Yeah, that's it. This is the fourth letter of the Greek alphabet. Yes, Edison.
Delta?
Correct. He devised the system for classifying library books. Edison.
Dewey?
Yeah, the number 10 on this London street is the official residence of the British. Edison.
Downing?
Downing is right. This strait was once called the Hellespont. Yes, Edison.
Dardanelles?
Yeah. This is the two-word name for frozen carbon dioxide. Yes, Liberty.
Dry ice?
Correct. In 1916, the U.S. bought the Virgin Islands from this country. Answer. Yes, international.
Britain?
No, Denmark. Your shoulder is covered by this thick triangular muscle. Yes, Edison.
Deltoid.
Deltoid is right. The fictional Bambi is this kind of animal. Yes, international.
Deer.
Deer is right, and that does it for our fast start. Let's recap the scores. We begin with Edison, 160 points. Washington Liberty, 120 points. Washington International, 100 points. So now we get to meet these teams. Let's start with Edison High School from Alexandria, Virginia. Hey, Harper, what should we know about you?
I'm Harper. I'm a 17-year-old senior at Edison, and I play the violin and do theater.
What are you doing in theater?
I'm head of costumes currently.
Oh, wonderful. Do you sew them all? I mean, how do you do that?
Sometimes it's sewing. A lot of the time it's thrifting and cataloging what we already have.
Thank you so much, Harper. Nice to have you. And hello, Liv.
Hi, I'm Liv. I'm a senior and I'm 17. I go to Edison.
That's it?
That's it. Oh, I love to read and I love art.
Tell me more about what you like reading.
I'm reading Infinite Jest right now by David Foster Wallace.
All right. Well, it's really good to have you, Liv. And hello, Josh.
Hi, I'm Josh. I'm 17. I'm a junior at Edison, and I love to read classical literature.
Your favorite?
Probably Horace.
Oh, very nice. Well, guys, I've got some questions for you. Faster numbers. Take a fast look at this phrase and see if you can find the hidden name for what part of your body, often called the breastbone.
Sternum?
Yeah.
Sternum.
Yes. June 13th, 1990. This date marked a triumph for democracy as it began the official dismantling of the wall that had divided what German city since 1961?
Berlin?
Yep, you've got it. These two vowels are part of what word that identifies both a large bay east of India and a large type of tiger?
Bengal. Yeah, Bengal. Bengal.
Yeah, it is Bengal. Morgan, Mercator, Mergenthaler. A map dated 1551 might bear the signature of which of these men, an early cartographer of the Renaissance?
Mercator?
Correct. Atlanta is ours and fairly won. These words appeared in a telegram sent to President Lincoln by what Union general who was then marching through Georgia?
Sherman?
Sherman is right. Nicely done. Edison, 260 points. And now over to the team from Arlington's Washington Liberty High School. Hey, Will, what should we know about you?
My name is William. I'm a 16-year-old junior at Washington Liberty, and I run for the cross-country team at the school.
How long have you been doing cross country?
Since I was a freshman.
Well, it's very good to have you. And now I'm
Thank
going to
you.
run over to the guy next to you. Hi, Solomon.
Hi, I'm Solomon. I'm a 17-year-old senior at Washington Liberty High School, and I really like chess and old poetry.
Old poetry. Which poems?
I really like Tennyson's Charge of the Light Brigade. I've done it in my school's spoken word contest for a couple of years, and I just really enjoy it.
Fabulous. That could probably help you with a couple of questions here.
Maybe.
Hello, Levi.
Hi, I'm Levi Opper. I'm a 17-year-old senior at Washington Liberty, and I love to code.
How are you using it? What are you coding?
I like to just code first for my school, just like computer science class, and then also just some projects of my own to just test certain things, just play around with it, I guess.
All right. Well, good to have you guys. Here's your first question. Raisin bun scent. Raisin buns are nice, but see if you can find hidden here the name of a famous German chemist for whom an important piece of laboratory equipment is named.
Bunsen. Bunsen?
Yep, Bunsen, the famous Bunsen burner. December 17th, 1903. On this date, a small crowd gathered near Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, to witness the first flight of an aircraft built by what brothers?
The Wright brothers.
The Wright brothers it is. American soldiers were called GIs, but you can also find GI in the name of what small European country whose capital is Brussels?
Belgium.
Yep, that's it. Anti-slavery petitions, drug distribution, income taxes. In 1836, the House of Representatives instituted a gag rule to prevent its members from considering which of these issues?
Anti-slavery. Anti-slavery petitions?
Yeah, that's it. The Anatomy of an Empire. These words subtitle a biography of what British imperialist who endowed scholarships bearing his name that allow Americans to attend Oxford?
Cecil Rhodes.
You are right. Nice, Washington Liberty. 220 points. And now finally to the Washington International School in Washington, D.C. Hey, Naomi, what should we know about you?
Hi, I'm Naomi. I'm a senior. I'd like to thank Ms. Brennan for all her support. And I am the editor-in-chief of our school newspaper, and I do Model UN.
Wonderful. Go young journalist.
Thank you.
Hello, Maddie.
Hi, my name's Maddie. I'm a junior. I love acting, and I'd like to thank our very knowledgeable alternate, Philip.
Tell me what you're involved in that utilizes acting. Theater?
Yeah,
obviously?
typically school plays. Last year we did Our Town. I played the stage manager.
That is perhaps my favorite play.
Oh, wow.
I love Our Town. Thornton Wilder was just brilliant. Thank you, Maddie. Hello, William.
Hi, I'm William. I'm a junior at Washington International School. I'm on the Model UN team and the tennis team, and I would like to thank all our friends and family who came out to support us today.
Here's to that. All right, guys. Your first question. Just a menu. Forget about a menu and find hidden within this phrase what pollen-producing part of a flower? Answer is?
Stamen.
Yeah, that's it. December 4, 1976. Astronomers cheered on this date when the Pioneer 12 spacecraft entered the orbit of what planet second from the sun?
Venus.
Venus is right. All the vowels are missing here from the name of what South American country whose capital is Quito?
Ecuador.
Yes, it is. Sudan, Nigeria, Mali. Which of these countries shares a land border with Egypt?
Sudan.
Yep, that's it. I see no point in reading. In spite of this unenlightened attitude, what French monarch known as the Sun King had a successful reign? I need his number.
Louis XIV.
That's right. Nice. Washington International School, 200 points. That does it for mix and match, but you know we have the picture perfect round next, so stay with it.
I'm David Rubenstein. From the Kennedy Center and the National Archives to the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument, I've been pleased to support many important organizations and historic sites linked to American history, art, culture, education, and more. I believe giving back to our country isn't just an idea, it's an action, a patriotic action that involves all of us. And it begins with education and learning about our nation's past so that we, the people, can make a more perfect union for the future. We can do it together. Please read, learn, get involved, and make a difference.
Well, it's time for the picture perfect round. Are you guys ready to look at some pictures? And then give me some answers. Great. In this picture perfect round, questions are worth 20 points up or down. Old Faithful, the famous and highly predictable geyser, is a major attraction in what national park? International.
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone is right. Here, steep gorges line the side of what river? The longest in China.
Yangtze?
Yes, you're right. Very good. International. These ducks are swimming on the huge lake on the Vermont-New York border, named for what French explorer? Yes, Edison.
Erie.
Nope. Lake Champlain. What is the positive value of x in the proportion Liberty? 8 is right. This bright nebula is found in what constellation known as the Hunter? Yes, International.
Orion.
Orion is correct. Only a fool tests the depths of a river with both feet. This proverb is linked to several West African countries, including which one where Freetown is capital? Yes, Edison.
Sierra Leone.
You are right. This specifically designed pocket watch was used by what American woman who triumphed over blindness and deafness?
Helen Keller.
Yes, Liberty, it is Helen Keller. These flowers can be seen near the site where what 19th century American author wrote a story titled The Pit and the Pendulum. No Poe fans. Edgar Allan Poe. And that does it for the picture perfect round. Let's recap the scores. Edison, 260 points. Washington Liberty, 260 points. Washington International, 260 points. So these are really awesome contestants. Let's hear about the people who helped prepare them for It's Academic. First, we turn it over to Edison High School. And Liv, who do you have with you?
We brought our alternatives, Nabil and Allison, here with us.
Wonderful. Is your coach here too?
Yes, he is, Mr. Pandon.
All right. Well, we're very happy to have all of them. Over to Washington Liberty and Solomon.
We're here with our coaches, Ms. Sotomayor and Ms. Scher, our alternate Benji, and our administrator, Mr. Healy.
Anything you want to share about your coaches?
They're just super awesome. We have practices every week, and it's just really great.
All right. Great to have them. And Washington International School, Maddie, who's with you?
Here with us is our wonderful coach and history teacher, Ms. Brennan, and we're so glad to have her to lead our team.
The coaches really make a difference, right? Can one of you, Maddie, why don't we start with you? How do the coaches make a difference in your life?
Well, Ms. Brennan convinced me to join It's Academic in the first place, and I'm so glad she did because I've just had so much fun with these guys, learning so much trivia.
Beautiful. Solomon?
Yeah, Ms. Sotomayor was my 9th grade biology teacher, and she convinced me to join It's Academic, and it's just been an amazing experience.
Beautiful. Liv?
Mr. Pandon's wife baked us brownies this morning.
Well, that's incentive enough for me right there.
Yeah.
All right, guys, now that we've learned about the coaches, we've got the packet round. Okay, in this packet round, we have these 3 lovely envelopes. Edison will answer questions first, and Washington Liberty gets to choose which packet they'll answer questions from.
3.
3. All right. As you know, if you get all the questions right, there's a 25-point bonus. Questions are worth 20 points, nothing off for a wrong answer. First question for Edison. In 2016, a tortoise that had lost 85% of its shell in a forest fire received a new 3D replacement in what largest South American country?
Brazil?
Yeah, that's it. What a story. Shamat, a Persian phrase meaning the king is dead, is the source of the term checkmate in what board game where pieces are named for members of a royal court?
Chess.
Yeah. George Washington never graduated from college, but he did receive an honorary degree from what Massachusetts college, the oldest in the country?
Harvard?
Harvard it is. Here's your science question. Nitrogen, water, hydrogen. If glucose is heated in the absence of air, the sugar molecule is destroyed, leaving charcoal and which of these?
Water? Water?
It is water. Among the treasures found in the ruins of Pompeii is a mosaic depicting what Greek philosopher who was the student of Socrates and the teacher of Aristotle?
Plato?
Yes, it was. Napoleon was crowned emperor in 1804 in what same French cathedral where Victor Hugo's fictional hunchback rung the bells?
Notre Dame?
Notre Dame is right. Here's your math question. Solve for x.
Okay. X is equal to 4?
No, X is -2. While the U.S. doesn't crown its presidents, Crown Hill Cemetery is the burial site of what 23rd chief executive who served between Cleveland's 2 terms?
Harrison?
Harrison is right. Nicely done, Edison. 400 points. All right, Washington Liberty, you're up. Washington International, packet 1 or 2?
2.
2. The Roman Emperor Nero liked to look at objects through what green gemstones that name a city in the fictional land of Oz?
Emerald.
Yes. Some African farmers are now using buzz boxes, which produce the sound of angry bees and scare away what largest pachyderms that like to eat their crops?
Elephants?
Yep, it's elephants. It was quite a feat when Andrew Jackson obtained the help of pirate Jean Lafitte in what battle fought 2 weeks after the War of 1812 had officially ended?
New Orleans.
Go for it.
New Orleans?
You are right. Here's your science question. Phloem, glutamine, plankton. Which of these terms refers to one-celled marine plants and animals that drift across the oceans and are a critical food source for many fish and whales?
Plankton.
Yes, it is. Many heads are better than one, might have been the motto of what mythical Greek water serpent who grew 2 heads every time one was cut off?
Hydra.
Yeah, Hydra. Banned in Nazi Germany, a story called Address Unknown was called the equivalent of what Harriet Beecher Stowe Civil War novel?
Uncle Tom's Cabin.
You are right. Here's your math question. What is the average of these 3 numbers?
12.
12, it is. The only man to be elected president while he was serving in the House of Representatives was what 20th president who was assassinated in 1881?
Garfield.
It was Garfield, which means Washington Liberty has that 25-point bonus. Well done. Packet number 1 for Washington Liberty. Captain John Smith designed America's first defense pentagon, a 5-sided fort in what Virginia colony founded in 1607?
Jamestown?
It sure is. What woman considered becoming a professional tennis player before she became an astronaut and the first American woman in space?
Sally Ride.
Yeah. Farming is difficult in much of sub-Saharan Africa because the soil lacks nitrogen. And what other element whose symbol is P?
Phosphorus.
Yes. Here's your science question. Boyle's law, Charles's law, Ohm's law. Which of these is not a gas law?
Ohm's law.
Correct. In a victory for historic preservation, 19th century activists blocked an attempt to build a railroad through what prehistoric huge circle of rocky slabs on England's Salisbury Plain?
Stonehenge.
Stonehenge is right. The sun flared down on the growing corn are the opening words from The Grapes of Wrath by what American author?
Steinbeck.
Yes. Here's your math question. Find the positive solution to this equation. Answer, please.
3.
3 is right. The only U.S. president who was a graduate of Annapolis was what 39th chief executive, winner of the 2002 Nobel Peace Prize?
Carter?
It was Carter. Washington International with a 25-point bonus and 445 points. We've got the grab bag round next, and you know what I said, anything can happen. Stick around.
Hello, I'm David Rubenstein. Did you know that construction of the C&O Canal here in Washington was begun on the 4th of July in 1828? President John Quincy Adams dug the first shovelful of dirt. I'm David Rubenstein, reminding you to read, learn, get involved, and make a difference.
Hello, everybody. Before we dive into the grab bag round, let's recap the scores. This is a really close game. The teams are very evenly matched. Edison, 400 points. Washington Liberty, 445 points. Washington International, 445 points. So, you know, it could be any one of you, really. In this grab bag round, questions are worth 20 points up or down. There will be some questions on your monitors. Here we go. The largest sea on Saturn's moon, Titan, is named for what K-initialed North Sea monster? Yellowby.
Kraken.
Kraken is right. Vegetables are measured by the bushel, but precious gems are measured by what unit? Edison.
Carrot.
Carrot is correct. More soldiers fought in what 1777 Revolutionary War battle? In Edison.
Yorktown.
No, Brandywine. On your monitors. 40% of all mud volcanoes like this one are located in what Asian country? Washington Liberty.
Oh, Asian country?
Answer, 3,
China?
2, nope, Azerbaijan.
Okay.
Under emergency conditions, doctors on Pacific Islands have used coconut juice as a substitute for what colorless fluid that contains human blood cells? Liberty.
Plasma?
Yeah. In the 1930s, rocket expert Robert Goddard worked in the town of Roswell. In what state?
New Mexico.
International. New Mexico is right. That and aliens. No, I'm kidding. What would be the average class size if a school has 800 students in 25 classes?
32.
Liberty, yes, 32 is right on your monitors. I would have been more successful as a seagull or fish. This statement was made by what American playwright who wrote Long Day's Journey into Edison?
O'Neill?
Yeah, that's it. In colonial times, lawyers were barred from serving in the assemblies of Massachusetts and what smaller neighboring colony founded by Roger International? Answer, 3, 2, 1.
Rhode Island.
You just got it. The Navy has several types of nuclear submarines, including a class named for what three-pronged spear carried Edison?
Trident.
Yes, it is. Choice. Which of the following most exhibits the properties of an ionic crystal? Diamond, table salt, or graphite? Yes, Edison.
Table salt?
Yeah, that's it. On your screens. This is one of the many streams that flow into what B-initialed lake, the largest in Russia? Yes, Liberty.
Lake Baikal?
Correct. In 1281, approximately 100,000 sailors were lost when a storm destroyed the fleet of what emperor of China who had earlier welcomed Marco Polo to his court? The answer is Kublai Khan. According to the U.S. Constitution, what fraction of the Senate is required to ratify a treaty with a foreign country, Edison?
2/3.
Correct. A special whistling language called silbo is still spoken in what Spanish island group with a bird-like name? Yes, International.
Cannery.
Yes, that's right. What is 64% of 50? Yes, Liberty.
32.
Yeah. The Girl with Seven Numbers is a book about a young woman's escape from what country headed by Kim Jong-un? Yes, Edison.
North Korea.
North Korea is correct, and that is the buzzer. The game is ended. The judges will take a look at these scores, and we'll share them with you in just a minute. Stay with us.
I'm David Rubenstein, and I believe giving back is something we all can do. Many students are getting involved in their communities in important ways. I've asked them to share with us how they're making a difference.
Hi, my name is Fiona Zhu, and I'm a senior at Basis Independent McLean. My mom has really been a big influence in me starting community service because she would take me to a lot of the events that she was participating in, such as the Light the Night Walk for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Thus, when I became old enough to become a volunteer Mandarin teacher at the local Chinese school I've been involved in since I was 4, I leapt at the opportunity. Every week, I basically teach elementary bilingual Mandarin students a speaking skills curriculum, and it really excites me to see that there are so many kids who are passionate about learning this language that I love and cherish so much. So I really look forward every week to teaching them and sharing with them my passion for this language and culture.
Like these students, you too can help improve the lives of so many people by volunteering in your town and community. Please read, learn, get involved, and make a difference.
Hey, this has been a really great game. The scores are so tight, only 25 points apart. Let's talk about them. We begin with Edison High School from Alexandria. Harper, Liv, Josh, 500 points. Way to go, guys. From Washington, D.C., the Washington International School, Naomi, Maddie, William, 505 points. Great job. And coming back for the playoffs, Washington Liberty from Arlington, Will, Solomon, Levi, 525 points. Great job, everybody. It was so good having all of you here, and we will be back in just a minute.
Support for It's Academic has been provided by the following. MITRE, a not-for-profit research and development company working in the public interest.
What happens when the right people connect? Diversity challenges convention. Mentors inspire greatness. And passions drive innovation. From health to transportation and national security, cyber and AI, to space and back, MITRE connects the power of government, academia, and industry to meet our nation's challenges. Together, MITRE connects.
We are so happy that you were with us here today on It's Academic. I'm Hillary Howard. See you next time. Bye. Wave bye, everybody. Bye.